Welcome back to Mrs. Stewart's Crochet Club. I've been missing in action for a little while. The holidays did me in and getting back to school and work and all that stuff. So today we're going to try something nice and simple, something to use up that Christmas yarn. This is a nice ear warmer. It uses single crochets and slips only, and it's about 60, this one was about 60 rows. In the video, I recommend that you use less, but then in real life, when I tried it on my recipient, I needed to add some rows to it, which was very simple. So please join me. This project uses, this is a 6.5 millimeter hook. If you don't have 6.5 millimeter hook, if you have a smaller hook, you're going to add more chains to the initial start of this, just because if the smaller the hook you use, the smaller it will be. Anyway, so if you don't have a 6.5, you can use anything you want, but you'd have to add some chains to the center of this pattern. The yarn that I'm using, I think this is like one of those hobby yarns that I kind of got suckered into buying. It was a surprise pack. So in this surprise pack, it's acrylic. It's a number 5 bulky, and this is what I use to get that size. Other than that, you might want to have a measuring tape and a darning needle, and let's get started. Quick project for today. And there's different numbers of chain depending on the size that you're going to make. If you're doing the toddler size, you're going to chain 12. The child size, you're going to chain 13, and both adult size, regular and like extra large head size, will both be chaining 14. So start with a slip knot, insert your hook, and depending what you're doing, I'm going to do the adult size, so I'm going to start with a chain of 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Start with my chain of 14. Okay, so if you're metric, in centimeters, that's going to be a chain of about 11 centimeters. If you're metric, it's going to be about 4 inches. Okay, so this is the same with each size. You're going to be starting in the second chain, not this one, the second chain from the hook with a slip stitch. And there's going to be 3 slip stitches. There's 1, 2, and 3. So the adult size, the next 7 stitches are a single crochet. If you're doing the toddler, it's going to be 5 single crochets, and if you're doing the child size, it's going to be 6 single crochets. But for me, it's 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so every size should have 3 stitches unworked. These 3 stitches are going to be slip stitches, and try not to slip too tightly because it will be hard to slip when we go back the other side. So try and keep them loose if you can. Okay, so you should have this weird wormy snake looking thing. Each and every round we're going to chain 1 and then turn. The chain 1 is a turning chain and it's not actually worked. It'll prevent your work from going in an S shape. Okay, so everything is done in back loop only now. We're just going to rotate our work and see that the little V is here, and we're going to be going into the second of the little V's with 3 slip stitches again. So there's the first one is a slip, the second one. This is why I said don't do it too tightly, because it can be hard to get into those stitches. 2 and 3. Now, if you're doing the adult size, it's going to be 7 in the back loop, 7 single crochets in the back loop. Toddler is 5 and the child size is 6. So let's go for 7 here for me. 1, all back loop only. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, every size should have 3 unworked stitches left, and you're going to slip into those. Slip stitch into the back loop only. 1, 2, and the last one can be a little tricky to get into, but luckily I think I did it pretty loosely. That's why we'll just have to work it a little bit. Okay, and slip into that one. So now we've come to the end of that row, and we're going to be repeating this for a long time. So for the toddler size, you're going to repeat this row to row 44. So you're going to be doing 42 more rows. For the child size, it's 48. For the average or regular adult size, it's 52 rows. And for the large adult size, it's 56 rows. Of course, you can adjust it if it's too big or too small by just adding or taking away rows. It's good to measure as you go if you can. So I'm going to do another repeat of this row so you can see how it goes, or you can meet me back and we will fasten it off and tie it all together. So here we go. We're going to chain 1 as we always should be doing at the end of every row. Rotate our work, look for the back loop, and we're going to start with 3 slip stitches. 1, 2, and last one, 3, if I can get it in. Okay, for me, the next 7 stitches are going to be single crochets. For toddler, again, it's 5, and child size, it's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then once again, 3 slip stitches. This is a very simple pattern. You could sit on the couch and watch some Netflix, drink some coffee, put it down, pick it up, and don't think you'll forget. So this is a good basic earwarmer pattern. But I mean, that last slip stitch always gets me. So here, I really did not take my own advice on the last one, and I made it a little too tight. So I'm going to loosen that up really to compensate. All right, so this little guy, just keep going until you get to the end, and then we will sew it all together, and I'll see you back maybe in an hour or so. Thank you. Okay, so I am finished my, I'm finished the body of my ear warmer. I'm just going to grab my measuring tape. And we can measure the length of it right now. So from the bulkiest end, it's about 14 inches from side to side. The narrower part, it's about 13 inches. You can't see all that, but trust me. So it's about 14 inches wide right down the center, and it is about 4 inches that way, so in the widest spot. I ended up doing 60 rows. I kind of changed who my recipient was going to be. We're kind of large-headed people, so I did more than I told you that I would do, but that was just to fit the size of the person that was receiving it. So that I think that's essential if you're going to be making this, that you measure as you go. If you're ready, now we're at the very last stitch of this row. You're going to chain 1. And then to sew it together, we're just going to fold it in half so we can see this, the finished edge we just did and the start edge that we started from. I'm going to hold my yarn at the back, and I'm going to insert my hook through the back loop of the current row and through the loop on the opposite side. So I think I'm going to go in right here, and I'm going to slip these together, use a slip stitch. So just pull it through, pull it through, pull it through. Then I'm going to do the next one, so the back loop and the remaining loop on the opposite side. I think it's right there, and slip that together. Okay, so you're just going to go all the way down, going through the back loop of the first side and then the next stitch of the next side with a slip stitch. Oops, I dropped that one. Okay, try again. And then this side. Just keep going with that all the way to the end. And then pull through the last one. I'm actually going to do a single stitch on my last one. I just want those two edges to sit together more strongly, I guess you want to say. So I'm going to do a single crochet on the end, and then I'm going to grab my scissors and my darning needle. I'm going to cut that off, leave a little bit so the needle will have some room, and I'm going to pull that right through. So we're going to thread the end onto our darning needle. I'm just going to weave this in back through the work. I'm going to go down the seam that I just created. If I can do it. There we go. And back through the other way a little bit. Just want to make sure that the end doesn't come unraveled from what we just did. Just go up and down a few stitches here and there, and then trim off the excess. Don't tell anyone I'm using fabric shears on my yarn. It's a crime in the fabric community, but they're so sharp and I love it. And I'm also going to do the starting tail. You'd have to watch me do this if you don't want to. And when I was making this, I thought, oh, it looks kind of small. But then when I tried it on the recipient, it is taut without hurting them. You want it to be tight because ear warmers you don't want them slipping down, or you know, with sweat and wash and things like that, they can stretch out. So it's better that they're a little bit snug when you first try them on, and then they do loosen up. Of course, you don't want the person to be injured. However, it's better like this. Okay, nice simple project for this cold, chilly January that we seem to be having over everywhere. Basic, simple and easy. Please share my video if you have enjoyed this and you were able to do it. It really helps my channel a lot, and I appreciate you coming and trying out these new things with me. Thank you so much. Stay warm out there.